Oh, yeah. I used to work at Dairy Queen.
I did too.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, my parents.
Peanut Buster Parfait? Yeah.
I ran upstairs to get big cans of fudge.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
the cans of fudge.
The big.
Oh, yeah.
Cans of fudge.
Oh, yeah. I always wanted to just sort of sneak out with a can of fudge and take it home and eat the whole can of fudge.
Awesome.
But I never did. I never really did. Probably one of my biggest regrets, actually, about the Dairy Queen. Not scamming a can of fudge.
Let's live the life through the windshield, not the rearview mirror.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Tom Green is with us, comedian. He's got brand new boots and feels like he can do anything.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're getting probably maybe cocky. I don't know. You feel like you're a superhero. You're telling me pretty much.
The main thing is it's about staying warm. I don't want to get cold. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're on the road, it's interesting. You know, I think in some ways stand-up comedy is saving my life in a lot of ways. You know,
how so?
Well, you know, I've really you know, because we're on the road so much and you're in bars all the time performing. There's a lot of alcohol around. And I've decided to stop drinking, actually, this year.
Is that right?
Yeah, I haven't had a drink in like,
Is that a cue for us to clap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink in like 6 hours.
Wow.
So that's pretty good.
Hello,
you start somewhere.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And you know, but I'm trying to stay healthy. You know, so I got these boots because I'm going to be in Canada doing some shows in Toronto and Ottawa in a few weeks. And you know, I'm not going to get a cold, so I'm dressing warm. I have appropriate footwear on. But it's cool.
Boots are going to keep you from getting a cold.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
so normally I'm walking around in Converse sneakers in the snow, you know, and then you get sick. So
Okay.
not going to do it this year.
Hang on one second. Jeff Johnson, you need to get some details in here real quickly.
Yeah.
Because let's get some people to the show. How are we getting tickets?
Yeah, let's let people know how to get tickets. We want to see everybody out there tonight.
Yeah.
We get them online, penguinscomedyclub.com. There's just a few tickets for the early show, but those aren't on sale online anymore. You can call down at 319, you know, the area code, 362-8133. And the late show, we've got some tickets left for that online, or you can call down for that. And we're at the Piano Lounge now, so don't forget that. 208
it's a great place.
2nd Avenue.
It's a special opportunity to see Tom Green. And by the way, Tom, I wanted to ask you if our brand new intern, this is day one for her, the Hoof.
The Hoof, yeah.
If she has been, and her job is to attend to your needs, has she been doing that? And do you need anything?
Oh, yeah, no, this has been great. I can tell there's going to be big things happening for the Hoof around here. I can tell.
Yeah.
It's been the talk of the station ever since we got here. Everybody's excited to have the Hoof here. I mean, where'd you get that nickname? Anyways, was your dad a podiatrist or something like that?
No, not my dad. Just a random podiatrist.
A random podiatrist.
A podiatrist told her mother that she should name her Shelby.
Yeah.
And so she's
She's
Shelby
also a
Hasselhoff.
lifeguard. So
A lifeguard, okay.
David Hasselhoff.
The Hoof.
David Hasselhoff.
Oh, okay.
Shelby Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah, Baywatch, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of, you got to really kind of work to figure out what it means, but it's
By the way, Waterboy, grab that microphone again because you are a big Tom Green fan.
Yeah, I'm going to feel like Chris Farley right now.
This is your chance to ask Tom Green some questions.
All right,
well, I was wondering,
You were asking me about Phil and
Yeah,
my
I was
friends?
asking about Phil and back in the day. I mean, every Sunday it seemed we tuned into MTV to watch Tom Green's show.
Yeah,
and
my friends from my show,
Yeah, I was wondering just how much of that was, I mean, I'm sure some of it was you knew what you were going to do, but how much of, like, Phil getting upset and, you know, I mean,
we always
showed his
made
phone
a
number
point.
on
We
the
always
air
made
and all
a
that,
point
and-
whenever there was a prank on anybody to make sure that they didn't know that it was coming. There was a lot of sort of secrecy around the set when people were coming into the studio and there was something happening. Or, you know, when I wake up my parents, you know, there was never anything staged. And that was very important to us, that it was real reactions from people.
Like the cowhead and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Real reactions, yeah. We were filming a bit with a cow's head. You know, let's get this on the documentary. We were filming this.
You're welcome, by the way, for this.
Yeah.
Hey, he's doing a bang-up job. You guys say, hey, why don't you
Come on up
record
here,
some of the stuff I'm doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, but we were just getting a little video here as well. Everybody listening, that's what I'm talking about. But no, we were doing a bit with some cow's heads that we had. We got some cow's heads at the slaughterhouse, right? There's a bit called Cow Brain Boat. I wouldn't watch that, by the way, if you're listening. If you're going, it is on YouTube, but it's got very few views, and I wouldn't watch that, actually. That's probably it's my favorite piece of video we ever shot.
You can find it on YouTube?
That's probably a good reason not to watch it, though. It's a crazy one. But then we had the cow's heads afterwards, and we thought, what are we going to do with these cow's heads? And we thought, well, let's go It's 4:00 in the morning. Let's go put them in my parents' bed, right in the middle of
Now,
the night.
what motivated that?
It was just kind of like it seemed like we had these cows' heads and we were throwing them into a dumpster, and we were around the corner from my parents' house. And it was a dumpster in an elementary school too, by the way. I hope the kids didn't play in the dumpster the next day. But that's sort of something. Let's don't tell anybody about that though. That's sort of a secret.
Yeah, okay, we'll keep that.
Oh, we're on the radio. So we did do that, and all the pranks, like when I painted my parents' house plaid, they were away on it. Right? We made point. We obviously the element was getting the reaction shot. Right, the reaction shot was the most important thing to us. So we do something kind of outrageous. But then the reaction shot was really the punchline. And so it was really much better if nobody knew what was coming.
All right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so movies, tell me where you're at right now. Obviously, you're traveling and doing stand-up stuff, but what else you got cooking that you want to do now? You've got all the other projects you're working on.
Yeah.
What is it that you're looking forward to doing that's coming up for you?
Well, I've just finished this movie called Prank Star, which is a really cool movie. It's an independent movie. It's going to come out this year, I'm thinking. And there's another movie that I'm writing right now, which is cool. But, to be honest with you, I'm putting most of my focus onto the web television right now, where I'm going to be starting a comedy network this year for the web and doing shows. It's going to do multiple shows with all sorts of different comedians and people that I've met on my web talk show. And I'm continuing to do my talk show as well on the internet. And stand-up comedy, man. This is pretty much what I'm focusing on this. I'm going to be on the road all year doing stand-up, doing a stand-up comedy special this year, and just kind of.
What is that going to be on?
It's going to be on. We're probably shooting it in June.
Okay.
So and I'm not exactly sure where it's going to air yet, but it'll be on one of the cable networks.
How long does the tour last?
It's just sort of an ongoing thing now. It's just sort of something that I'm doing. So I'm definitely going to keep doing this for another 6 months or a year or so, doing touring. And I think I'm going to keep touring though. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm having too much fun. This is something that I've meant to do my whole life. I was always kind of in the back of my mind. I was always sort of thinking, man, I wish I hadn't stopped doing stand-up when I was 18 years old.
What do you like about it?
I just like the instant feedback and the adrenaline rush from getting up in front of an audience, and it's something that I really enjoy.
The parts that make me personally nervous about that you seem to really thrive with, which is that kind of controversy of somebody giving you crap or somebody throwing something at you, or we were talking about earlier, like the haters and that stuff, because you're willing to do bits and do stuff that becomes controversial and stuff that you're going to get people coming back at you with. That's got to take a toll at some point, but you seem to really thrive on that.
Yeah, well, the thing is about stand-up is it's been going really well. My shows have been going really well. I'm really enjoying it. It's not something that is, anybody that's come to my show has really had a great time, and it's been nice. It's nice when things are going good. Like sometimes you can make a movie and you spend 3-4 years working on it, and it's a crazy movie, and it comes out and you get all these critics and criticism. There's so much. Also, the other thing about movies and television is there's so many, cooks in the kitchen making it. It's really a group effort, and that's fine. It's fun, but it can be sometimes a little bit creatively, not as fulfilling. Because, you write an idea and then you got to run it past some executive who's been working at the network for 2 years, and he's worried about losing his job, and he doesn't really want you to say that because he might get in trouble, and then he's going to have to hear about it. So he tells you to take this line out, and then, by the time the joke gets on the air, it's not even really what you wanted to do. And you're kind of sitting there thinking to yourself, man, the reason I got into comedy was because I wanted to be able to say whatever I wanted to say, and now everyone's telling me what to do. This is no fun. But stand-up comedy, you don't have to deal with that. So you can, you come up with something you want to talk about, you write it, you can come up with something live on stage and just say it, and no one's
It's also where the web is so great.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. It's just sort of really why I'm focusing on that. It's just sort of, I think it's more my, what I always sort of, wanted to do was just to be able to do something really independent. My show started out on public access TV. We were able to do stuff. There was no rules. And that's what I like about stand-up.
Where do you live?
I live in Los Angeles, and my show's based out there, and it's cool. It's another thing that's cool about touring and doing stand-up is I get to get out of L.A. I like L.A., but it's nice to be able to get out into the real world and be hanging out with people that watch my show online too. It's a very interactive show. You can call into the show on Skype on video. So people call in all the time from all around the world on the video phone, right? And it runs through the switcher, and you can cut to our viewers live, and they can see our guest. We can see them. And it's pretty cool. Now I go to different cities all around the country, and I recognize people in the audience from my web show.
Oh, really?
So it's sort of really the point of the tour. Started out, I was thinking, this will be a good way to go meet up with people who've been watching the show.
So you have actual employees?
Yeah, well, I got Tony here and Hal.
Does he have to do awful things to keep his job?
No. Well, he just has to do the job. It's pretty awful. Following me around, Yeah, that's pretty awful. But I'm sure he'll quit one of these days, and then the whole thing will be thrown into turmoil, and but it happens. People of Tony is here, and we got Hal and a couple guys named Hal, 2 guys named Hal, which is strange. The two Hals, but we got a few employees at the channel, and but when we get into production with this network this year, we're going to expand, bring in maybe 4 or 5 different people. We have a talent booker that books all our guests and things like that.
You have a quiet life too? Do you have how do you balance yourself? You get away?
I just I like making music, and have a girlfriend in LA who's nice, and just kind of. I mean, this is sort of, what I enjoy doing. So it's kind of hard to, I don't really ever feel like have to take too much time off working because I enjoy it.
It's who you are.
Yeah, I enjoy doing this. Yeah, so it's good. It's good.
It's great to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
You've had so much success, and it's continuing with that, and I really enjoy having you in here.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here in Iowa, man. We're having a good time. It's and this is a very rare leg of the tour where we're driving from city to city. Usually, where cities are thousands of miles apart, we're flying and flying.
In your G6.
So here we're able to do this flash mob that we're doing, right? We're doing this flash mob.
Are?
Yeah, we're doing flash mobs on the. We did one yesterday. You can see it. It was a massive flash mob. You can watch it on my Twitter. It turned out amazing in Cedar Falls, man. It was like we were downtown Cedar Falls, coming out of the radio station, and you can see I got mobbed there, man.
You got mobbed?
Yeah, mobbed by these 2 girls that showed up.
Yeah.
Who were following on the Twitter.
How do you follow you on Twitter?
You just go to Tom Green Live, at Tom Green Live. You guys are on Twitter here? You have a Twitter?
Bet.
Yeah, so you can tweet me after the show. I'll retweet it.
Right.
And then is this radio interview going to be online anywhere? Does it go online?
Absolutely. Yes. Claire will see to that.
Yeah, so you give us that, and then you tweet us that information, and I'll retweet it, and all my followers on Twitter will listen to this interview.
Our DNA are intertwining now.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we are part of each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Tom Green, 2 shows tonight. Penguins Comedy Club,
Penguins.
downtown
How do we
Cedar
get tickets,
Rapids. Jeff Johnson.
PenguinsComedyClub.com, 362-8133. We have a few for the early show and about 50 or 60 for the late.
Wonderful.
Yeah, come on, we're going to come and party tonight.
The Hoof, make sure Tom Green gets back to his vehicle okay. Tom,
Thank you,
great
Tom.
to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.